What's going on, YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, aka Viper Magic, and today we're gonna try out Rexxar, champion of the Horde. Now, Rexxar is a character who is a half orc, half beast master, and he doesn't really play a significant role in any of the more recent content. But if you're a fan of the old lore, the forming of Orgrimmar, and kind of even what happened prior to that, he's actually very pivotal. So they pulled him off of Mothballs and they said, damn it, you're going to be in Heroes of the Storm. And I say, hell yes. Now, let's take a quick look at him. I have not played with him at all, so we're going to do this together, and we're going to do it live. I know that he is a ranged warrior, and I know that he is hard to play with, because it says it right here. All kidding aside. Let's check out his abilities together. He's got the Spirit Swoop, which deals damage to an enemy in a line and slows them by 30% for 2 seconds. He's got the Misha Charge. Misha's the name of his companion over there. Misha charges in a line, dealing damage and stunning. Stunning's kind of nice. Men Pet. This is very common World of Warcraft Huntard skill, which will heal Misha. It looks like you got a pick of your ultimates. You can choose Unleash the Boars, which releases a herd of boars that track down all enemy heroes in a direction, dealing damage, revealing, and slowing them by 40% for 5 seconds. Interesting. Lastly, he has Bestial Wrath. Increases Misha's basic attack damage. Okay? And obviously the trait is none other than Misha. So, I obviously got the coin to buy this guy, but I always try a hero first. I can't tell you how many times I've been disappointed by a new hero that I just knew I would love, knew I would go gaga over, bought the guy, and grudgingly got him or her to level 5. So, let's go check this out. So, you see some of the skills here? I have no idea what synergies work or don't work. We're just going to ad-lib it. I'm thinking that since Misha is pretty much like the man, you're going to want to basically send Misha out and fight. So if I auto-attack, just let's see what happens here. You see Rexxar starts throwing some axes, and you got Misha up front. And there's Misha's health. It's a little separate than my own. So it would probably make the most sense for me to be a little bit farther back out of Arthas's range, let Misha take the damage, and then we'll blast on him from here. I noticed something a little different, obviously, is that can activate the command to have Misha fight by your side, so let's try that. Oh, she's dead. Oh my god, Misha died. Okay, well, let's see what Rexxar looks like without Misha. Clearly, his offense is completely shunned. All you have is the Spirit Swoop at this point. You don't even have any of your other attacks, so boy, Misha is very important in his offense. Just telling right now, like, I'm just gonna, like, focus Misha down, I think, and go after him. Or maybe it makes sense to just completely bypass Misha. I'll have to see how he plays out in combat. That's kind of interesting. Anyways, what I was starting to look at before Misha got smoked was the Misha follow. So if I hit this, Misha comes over here, and I guess she'll just stay passive. Let's see if she even auto-attacks. Let me just stand next to Arthas and see what happens. Not really. Then, of course, I unleash the hounds, and Misha goes into battle. So there's your two abilities. I don't know why you would want to toggle between this. She seems to stay pretty loyal to you. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, see there, she does come back. So I don't know why you would ever toggle her off. I'm sure there's a reason. I don't know what it is just yet. It doesn't make sense to me. Unless she's about to die and you're like, hey, get the hell out of there. But I guess I could see it in that case. Because even if, like, I'm running away now, she's getting blasted, she's going to die before I even get away. So I don't know if she's worth any points or not either. She may be like Murky, where Murky's worth a little bit, you know, maybe. I'm not really sure. Alright, anyway, so let's take a look at his current abilities. Like I said, obviously, Misha is the star of the show. I don't know why you'd want to do anything that didn't really help out her in some capacity. So Misha periodically gets damage reduced from enemy heroes. Health globes regenerate health, or increased health regeneration, rather. More mana, or the vision, which I'm not a big fan of Flare. I've never really liked that ability, so I'm going to go ahead and pick the Grizzled Bear. Gives her a little bit of a boost in terms of a natural defense. So let's level up just a little bit and get to 4. Okay. Let's check out these abilities. Misha has basic attacks that heal her, which seems kind of nice. Crippling Talons, which increases swoop amount, slow, and duration. Increases spirit swoop range and returns mana. Or Misha's more effective against minions and mercs. Increases Misha's damage to minions and mercenaries by 150 and reduces the damage she takes. That's called Easy Prey. That seems pretty cool. Let's take that. So, thinking about a good Misha build here. I'm interested to see what capacity they want her to be used in. Let's boost up a little bit again, and let's check out what our level 7 abilities are. Blood of the Rhino increases pet men duration by 5 seconds, so clearly you could see that if I took that, I would get more healing, which obviously makes sense. Increase my basic attack range by 25%. I'm not really sure how far that is. Let's see. That's actually very close. So right now it's basically nuts to butts. The Misha's nose is on an enemy, and then I'm standing right on Misha's ass. So that 25% could actually be pretty beneficial if you're finding yourself in a lot of team fights, I would think. Misha's attack lowers her cooldown, so I guess that's useful if you want to pull in and out of combat. So maybe my previous comment about Misha not being, you know, why you'd ever not want to have her on, I guess that makes sense. There's probably some sort of build there where you have her constantly lunging in and out of traffic. And Bird of Prey increases the swoop damage to non-heroes. I'm going to go with the basic passive one. I feel like that little bit of range may come in handy. Because now look, I'm just that little bit of distance there you could see before I was like right up against her ass. So, okay, that seems pretty cool. And Misha dies! The Rexxar is pretty useless without Misha. I mean, obviously that kind of goes without saying. I'm just standing here watching my auto attacks do like practically no damage whatsoever. You will notice that when Misha does come back, it does seem 18 seconds. I don't remember it being that long before. She just, excuse me, she just pops right out of the ground. All right, let's move on to level 10. My ultimate. Let's pick Bestial Wrath. The Boars thing doesn't sound that useful to me. Well, obviously, I mean, in a practice, it's just Arthas. Not that I'm really playing, but as you can see, she goes, like, huge mode. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. She's got, like, her eyes turn blue, and her feet turn, like, got these cool, like, marks on them, and I wasn't really following to see what kind of damage she did before. It doesn't last very long, though. It's already off. 12 seconds. It doesn't really seem like a lot. I don't seem really overwhelmed by those the abilities. In terms of an ultimate, as far as, like, what a tank can do, I think of, like, Sonya or Arthas. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem that good to me. I don't know. Again, just a noob talking. I'm not really entirely sure. Maybe in a big team fight, the boar thing is actually really nice to have. I don't know. All right, let's move on. Level 13. Wildfire Bear. Misha deals damage to nearby enemies. I've always loved fire. I think that's great because she's going to be in the thick of it. Basic attacks increase movement speed of Misha by a little bit of time. That could be useful. I'm starting to see a composition here in which you're juking and jiving out of attacks. Bear Necessities. Cast Misha Charge again if you don't hit a hero. Interesting. If I do Misha Charge. Oh, I see. Okay. If I'm not hitting a hero, is that what that said? Misha Charge doesn't hit a hero. Oh, okay. So this is like a mulligan. That's a mulligan ability. So if I cast this and she misses, 3 seconds later I cast it again. Interesting. And Barkskin, she takes reduced ability damage after charging. So comes into battle, everyone blasts their ultimates on her, and she eats up a little bit more. But again, I don't know why you'd want to have anything else than that. So let's reset the forts. Turn the bots back on. And let's continue to level up. Have next.
Choose a talent.
Primal Intimidation. Attacking you or Misha lowers attack speed. This is pretty useful. I'm seeing, again, now that I'm kind of watching how Misha's interacting with the AI as I'm reading these notes to you. She's not the brightest bear. Having her do this may be good if you want to run away. Increases pet when her health is low. So this is if you're really truly using her as a hunter tank, that could probably be pretty useful. Aspect of the Hawk. increases your attack speed based on a hit. Then feign death. Fake your death, becoming invulnerable and untargetable for 5 seconds. During this time, you control Misha. Interesting. Let's try that out. Let's go over here. Ooh. Oh no, towers are gonna hit me, but time to die. Blech. And now you're controlling Misha. Interesting. You're in stasis. You're unhittable at that time. That is very interesting. Very, very interesting. I like that. I could see that being pretty useful. 5 seconds of invulnerability is a pretty big deal. I'm thinking like ultimate's about to be cast. I'm wondering if that would break like Nova's triple tap. That seems like it could be very, very, very useful, especially in endgame. Obviously, you're still controlling Misha, so when she dies, you're just laying there like a lump. But hey, not getting killed could be a pretty damn cool thing. And I believe we're up to 20 now. So here's our final set of skills. We increased the Wrath duration, which seems like it should be increased already because it's only 12 seconds. Frenzy of the Kalimdor, which is the Nexus Frenzy. That's just your basic attacks are increased. And Misha actually has a slow, which is pretty cool. And then Hardened Skin, so I would pick that. All in all, seems interesting. Obviously, the tank portion of this is Misha. You can see now as I hit 20, and I wasn't noticing this too much before, but I mean, obviously, as we get farther on, I'm noticing Misha's health is now greater than my own. So together, we have an insane amount of power. Assuming a hero was going to walk right through Misha first and then me, we're sitting at 7,600 HP, which is pretty awesome. It looks like, so for example, let's try this here. If I go over here to attack, let me reset the fort. I want to use the Misha. Okay, so the Misha the Spirit Swoop comes off me. Hitting Q right now. I know you can't see it. I'm hitting Q right now. That's my ability. Misha Charge obviously comes off her. Then Pet goes off her, and Bestial Wrath is her. So there's a little bit of extended range there. If I opened up with this, I could have Misha Charge while I'm running away. I could see where that could be very beneficial if you did take this as a perk. Or rather, if you did perk out this ability a little bit more, I could see you kind of like running in, having her heal, doing that, running away. Obviously, you're getting away. She's getting beat in the ass. Again, I'm not sure how her death count works. I'm going to go play some games and find out. If it's like a murky, kind of like a kill where it's not like a huge deal, that may be something really to consider in terms of having Misha kind of take the brunt and you just kind of walk away. Obviously, at level 20, we make very small work of the towers. Rexxar actually does more damage than Misha in auto attack, from what I can tell. I mean, obviously, you're seeing the 62 proc. That's from her fire damage constantly just burning the wall down. But in an auto attack situation, it looks like I'm doing 238, and she's doing a little less than half at 142. So we really do need to rely on Rexxar in terms of offense. However, it seems like Misha's a great accessory. I could see some cool things happening here. I don't know if you could use Misha to box people out. I don't know if it makes sense to... I don't know, I have to see kind of how that plays out. That's kind of interesting. When I go into the ultimate mode, Misha hits for 355, which is significantly more. That's pretty cool. Of course, she died. So, anyways, overall, I think Rexxar is pretty cool. I don't know if he's worth the buy or not. I'm going to have to kind of watch for a little bit to see how he plays in the game against other people. But what I'm curious from you guys is, I'm a little late to the party. I know Rexxar came out yesterday. I know he's been on the PTR for a while, the public test realm, so I haven't had a chance to deep dive into him in that capacity yet. But I am curious for the people who have done a little bit more with Rexxar, what do you guys think? And they both dance. That is pretty badass. I'm curious what you guys think. Tell me what you think about Rexxar overall. Is he OP as hell, as Blizzard characters tend to do on launch? Or is he a little weaker? I don't know. I haven't really gotten a good feel for him playing against these guys. I have some spare gold laying around, though, and nobody else has caught my eye. So Rexxar may join my inventory. We will find out. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please do a favor. Please do me a favor. No, don't do it for me. Do it for Misha. Comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me what you think about Misha. Tell me what you think about Rexxar. Tell me if there's any really cool builds out there I need to know of. Is this character just the most badass thing on the planet? Is it really used in utilities? I'm having a hard time figuring out what his place would be, just looking at his overall abilities. Maybe he's really good in in terms of the Skeleton King and sieging a lane. Maybe if you took his other ultimate with the boars, he's really good at just overall control of heroes. Maybe he's just kind of okay at everything and doesn't really excel in any particular area. There are a lot of heroes that currently do that, in my opinion. So maybe he falls under that category. Let me know in the comments below. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. And until next time, we will see you guys on the other side.